Today I am going to follow the yogi Cassandra, and we're going to do a 20-minute gentle yoga stretch to melt away stress and relax. I like to get a good stretch in first thing in the morning before I go and do some more intense exercise. Today I am going to go play pickleball after this yoga practice, and I'll probably get on the treadmill as well. Let me go ahead and get started with my warm-up, which is a handstand, a back bend, and a headstand, and then I'll jump right into the practice. I do so hope that you will join me, because yoga is just so good for you. It's good for clearing your mind, kind of helping to start your day on a good note. It's very meditative. It's good for strength and flexibility, core strength, balance, flexibility, all that stuff. So very, very good for you. I definitely recommend it. And I do hope you'll join. And if you don't join and you're just watching, I do hope that you will be inspired to do something good for your body today. It's just always great to start with some exercise and do something good for yourself before you get into whatever it is that the day has in store for you. So yeah, let me go ahead and get started. I like to start with inversions. It's good for the blood flow, circulation, and obviously back bend is great for flexibility and just keeping limber.
Joining me, my name is Cassandra, and I'm going to take you through this sequence to help you unwind and relax. So this is a great class to do in the evening, before bed, or just anytime you're feeling a little bit stressed and frazzled and need to get really grounded. So these are all going to be poses that will be done low to the ground, either seated or reclined, suitable for all experience levels, so very beginner friendly. And I am using a block at the end of class. We're going to come into supported bridge and waterfall. It's completely optional. If you don't have a block at or grab a couple of pillows or a couple of couch cushions. It's really just for those two poses, so don't stress if you don't have some blocks or any kind of traditional yoga props. So let's begin sitting cross-legged. Really lengthen your spine up, nice and tall, and begin with your right leg staggered a little bit, the shin in front of the left one. And we're going to walk so that we're facing over towards our right knee and right thigh. Walk the fingertips over and find a big side body stretch here. The further out you go, the more your left hip is going to want to lift off the floor. Think of pushing that left sit bone down and reaching the left arm further out. So we're stretching into the hip, but also really getting a nice side body stretch. Try to relax your head, relax your neck. And part of unwinding is learning to take slower, deeper breaths in and out through the nose. And every time you exhale, really try to soften into the poses a little bit more. You can start walking your hands in. Stay at this angle so that you can bring your left hand over the top of your right knee. Bring your right arm up overhead, so bicep along the ear, and just find a little side body stretch here. So we're not leaning forward, not leaning back. And can you relax your neck and let your head be heavy a little more? Even softening, relaxing your jaw, the muscles around your eyes and your cheeks. Coming all the way up, let's just find a little twist. So right hand will go back behind you, open your chest to the left, draw the lower belly in and up. And let's release, facing forward. Just change the cross of your legs so you have your left shin and ankle slightly in front of you now, and we'll face over towards our left knee and left thigh. Start to crawl hands and fingers all the way out on this ankle. So this time the right sit bone is going to want to lift up. Try to push it down as much as possible. And really extend out through your right arm. Get a big expansion to the right side of our waist. Notice if you ever hold your breath. You're starting to tighten up areas of your body that don't need to be working right now. And we'll start to walk our hands back in, staying at this angle so that the right hand can rest on the left knee. Left arm reaches up overhead and move into your side bend. Relax your head, relax your neck. So getting even a little bit of a neck release. Lifting back up into your twist. Left fingertips go back behind you. Twisting to the left. Sitting up a little bit taller, even in this twist. And let's release. Extend your legs out in front of you for staff pose. So straightening the legs, planting your hands beside you. Think of pushing into your heels, pushing into the backs of your knees, pushing into your palms, and lengthening the crown of your head up, drawing and toning the navel back. So really straight through your spine. And then go ahead and let your chin tuck down to your chest and roll your way down. Let your spine round as you walk your hands forward. You can bend a little bit through your knees here. Coming into a passive forward fold. So I'm not pushing, I'm not pulling, I'm not worrying about having a flat back. I'm just finding whatever shape feels the best to me right now, letting gravity do the effort and stretching all along the posterior chain of the body. And every time you exhale, can you relax a little more? into our little runner's lunge here. My knees over my ankles. I'm pressing my hips forward and down, shrugging the shoulders away from the ears. So deep into this lunge, letting gravity pull the hips down a little bit more. And as you press into that front heel, start to straighten the right leg, shifting your hips back. Take a little hamstring stretch, flexing through the foot. And coming back through to tabletop, let's do those two poses on the other side, left foot forward, into this lunge. Getting even heavier through the pelvis. And push down into your left heel to shift the weight back, straightening that front leg. Finding your hamstring stretch, flexing through that front foot. And from your tabletop pose, we're going to lower all the way down onto our belly, sliding forms out in front of us, coming into space. So elbows are underneath the shoulders, palms are pressing into the mat. And think of really lifting up here. Pushing into the tops of the feet, and even pushing into the hip bones. So no pinching in the lower back. And whichever props you're using, just make sure you have them within grabbing distance. We're just going to flip over onto our backs, coming into reclined butterfly. So we don't need the block right now, but just make sure you don't have to get up to grab it. The rest of our poses will be done lying down on our backs. So start soles of the feet together to touch, knees falling apart. And I like to do this with the arms reaching up overhead, just so that I'm broadening through the chest and releasing a little more through the shoulders. But you can keep your arms by your sides or your hands on your belly. Take 5 deep breaths here. Really slowing things down. So you can bend your elbows, find a little cactus shape with your arms. So my elbows are at the same height as my shoulders, back of the palms are down on the mat. And we're going to lift our knees back up, coming into a reclined twist. So move your hips a couple inches to the right and let both knees and thighs drop down to the left. Think of really pressing that right shoulder blade down into the mat. So your collarbones are facing up. And trying to step our right hip over our left one. And we'll lift our knees back up and through to center, twisting to the other side. So shift your hips over to the left. Drop both knees and thighs over to the right. This time trying to anchor the left shoulder blade down. You can play a little bit with the angle you have with your hips and how close you have your knees and towards your chest. Two more deep belly breaths here. And let's lift the legs back up and through to center. Grab a hold of your block or your pillows, whatever you have at home. Coming into supported bridge. I'm going to keep it on its lowest level and just putting it under stretch. If this feels like pinching and tension in your low back, keep your knees bent and your feet flat to the floor. We use props under the hips so that we can elevate the hips higher than our heart. So technically this is an inversion. Inversions can be really soothing for the nervous system, can really give us that cue to relax. And especially this next pose will be coming in, so you can start to bend into your knees if you have the legs straight. And we're just going to straighten our legs up towards the sky, coming into waterfall. You might need to shift your props a little bit and readjust them. But this can be a really lovely pose to do every day at the end of the day. Just to reverse, let the blood flow kind of drain out of your legs. Especially if you've been on your feet a lot today. This can be such a nourishing pose to do, to unwind and relax. And you might want to flex and point through your feet or roll through the ankles. Don't worry about whether or not your knees are straight. And from this gentle inversion, let's ease our way into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Bending into the knees, feet come flat to the floor. Just feel that rush of blood go back down. And you can move your block or your prop off to the side, settling the hips. And we'll take up space. If you want, you can make this more restorative, just letting the knees fall in towards one another, or you can just straighten the legs. Or this more traditional variation of corpse pose, palms facing up towards the sky, closing the eyes. And really let yourself settle here. We'll take a few minutes in Shavasana just for silent contemplation and full body relaxation. This is your opportunity to really decompress and let go. So just focus on your breathing, and I'll let you know when it's time to come out. nice and slow without rushing. You can stretch your arms up overhead, reaching from fingertips down to your toes. And we'll roll over to one side, come up and take a seat, moving slowly here. Sitting up tall. Let's bring our hands together at the front of the heart. Noticing how you feel now as opposed to when you first stepped onto your mat. And with this in mind, we'll close by chanting Om together one time. Inhale to chant and breathe in. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing this slow flow unwinding practice. I hope you feel really good in your body and are able to go and have a nice long rest. Please subscribe and we'll practice again together.
Yay, another good practice done. That's it for me for today. You guys have a great day. Great day.